you live your life in a way that you're not really worried about other people's opinion if you are good or bad, because you know what you're doing, and you are growing in the pace that you are meant to grow. You know, I could be asking God today for the most elaborate car in the world, the most luck, but I don't need it. You know, because who am I showing off to? Why do I need it? But if I was stuck in the social media bubble, I would be doing that. You know, but because I understand where I'm going to and where I'm coming from, it's paced out. You know, where I am today might not be where I want to be, but there's a reason for it. Many different factors to it, but I'm not depressed about it. I'm just finding other ways to make sure as I'm growing, I don't fall.
Malik, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I love that you already have a personal revelation that has sort of sustained your creativity, also put you in a place of true freedom. But we wrap up with one question, and that question is for you. And what question should we have asked you that we didn't ask you today that you want us to?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think you cover literally everything.
Yeah.
But mostly it's yeah.
Yeah, but you know that we've spoken about AI, we've spoken about love, marriage, raising kids, balancing your work life, thinking about Africa, the need for us to be solution-oriented in what we do, thinking about how we can even do a lot more in terms of investing in creating our own data sets that would help us to expand the interpretation of our possibilities and, you know, let the world see the true representation of our royalty. Dialing back into history, thinking across, you're quick with technology and all of those things. And I think that for me, there's so much to pull out of this, so much to pull out. But Malik is, you know, you're one of the people that I think young people should learn from. You've never been boxed by any label. You've always evolved. The last time I met you was VR. Next time I'm meeting you was AI. If I was like, who did this guy? I just, it's Malik again. I'm likely to see, that's why I asked you on 3D printing, because I know that Malik was trending lately. And I was like, oh, I'm on it. I was on it 4 years ago, but it's just like getting to, you're always onto something.
Yeah.
That sense of curiosity, that sense of intention defines you. And it's not just something that has helped you succeed. It's something every young person out there needs, because we are very intentional about helping young people see something. So maybe I would say, if you had to go back to 17-year-old self, and perhaps a 17-year-old boy who is disillusioned, complicated, logged out on what life is, he's feeling he has blown it at 17. What would you say to that guy that you would have said to yourself at 17? Maybe that would be my closing shot.
Mine would be just, if you're thinking about it, just do it. I've always been convicted to like, I always know what I want to do. Like, let me give you a very funny example. I was meant to be part of the first sets of Covenant University. I got admission to it, but I refused to go. Yeah, my parents fought to me, but I said I'm not going. I didn't have any admission to any other school, but I said I wasn't going. I said this is not where I'm supposed to be. And that's the kind of person I am, and I did not go. You understand that? It's crazy, right?
It was a nightmare.
Oh, it was a nightmare. Even my friends were falling out on me that, are you crazy? That they didn't have admission. I'm getting admission to a private school. My parents are willing to pay, and I'm saying no. I said, I'm not going there. I'll be depressed. That's not where I'm supposed to be. I just knew that I wasn't there. I just, you know, even when I went to uni, like, if I just found out that that's not where I'm supposed to be. Until I moved away and I kind of opened my mind to other things. I felt like I wasn't learning enough. There was a lot that I was looking for that I wasn't getting. I could not explain it. I could not say this is what it was, but I just knew what it was. I just said, so whatever you're thinking and you have a strong mind about it, go for it. Just like do it. And that's how I've lived my life all through the years. I've had job offers with major companies, like many things that I have had film producers come to me to direct some major films, Nigerian though, and I've said no, not because of pride or anything, just because I feel like that wasn't for me. Stuff like that. So they might not understand. Some people might think it's pride, or might think it's, but it's not. I know the direction I'm going, so I know the line I'm going. So my current project that I'm working on as a hobbies project is something that connects to the past and the future. I didn't speak about it, but I'll speak about it quickly.
Yeah, that helps.
I'm a Christian, but I'm sure you know about the Ifa mythology and binary numbers.
Sadly, I'm very intrigued with those things.
Really?
I don't know my problem, but I just It's drawn to all of this.
So all of those are the binary numbers and
Yes,
all of
even the
that.
symbolic pattern in the Igbo culture,
Yes.
I find them deeply like they're Dinkra codes.
Yes.
They are they are deep, meaning they're oracles.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And like it's like you said, this binary and Ifa is zeros and ones, and these are things. So that kind of put me in a space. Okay, what if we could interact with just African sculptors? So I have a project that an African sculptor that we're making with fiberglass and metal, but also wearing an LCD glasses inbuilt with motion detectors and a large language model. So when you're going close to it, it reads your emotions and says that on the screen. And this is the first time ever we're merging technology with traditional artifacts. That was just me just trying to see how I can bridge the two together, stuff like that. And it's never been done before.
Yes.
And so that's where I like to think about how can I make Africans think of themselves differently without worrying about what anybody will think about it, without being, just do it. And that idea came from me just studying about binary codes and seeing the relationship and all of that.
The interesting thing is if you go all the way back to places like Kemet, and you study the Kemetic principles, you will find a lot of codes and that are very similar, right, in a sense. And I really think that there's an ancient wisdom that we need to awaken to, right? Even what we believe today, this is Christianity that was a true away from everything that was our spirituality.
Yeah.
It's something that has taken away from the black man.
Yeah.
Right? And I think it hasn't helped us as it should have, because the Christian experience was actually pointing to something even more divine, helping you to rediscover God as an indwelling reality. It wasn't about throwing away your culture, rejecting that which is part of who you are, right? But giving you new meaning for them. So they're not necessarily idolized, but they're embodied as part of it. Their fingers point to the deeper truth.
Exactly.
Right. So I really think that it's still a strong tension. I mean, I have friends who are very torn on the same aisle. Christians are like, no, you can't mix both. There's syncretism. And you have the other Christians are like, no, I think we need to study. We need to figure out what this is and find new ways to bring them in so that we don't throw away the baby and the bathwater.
Exactly. I agree.
You've made this fun.
Thank you.
Right, guys, I think Malik and Malik is somebody I know that we would have to work on something together.
Definitely.
There is something I'm excited about, because even just listening to you and what we're trying to do with Legends of Bulan is an Afro fantasy. But I also want us to go back in time where we can enter portals. And each of these portals will become sort of like a discovery. The ancient university, the first university in the world, was found in Africa. Right? You now found there was like there are civilizations underneath. In fact, there was a time, I think it was Hannibal of Carthage, conquered Spain. So you find that this the Moors, the Moors were very strong black people, right? And they even colonized the West at some point. I think it's so much stories we need to tell.
So much, and you don't see all these stories being told.
No. Something Chinua Achebe said that until the lion tells the story, the hunter will always determine where the story goes.
Exactly.
Guys, it's time to tell our stories. Malik is doing it with technology. Every new technology is a tool. So it's not about just losing yourself to one technology, but letting that technology empower you in new ways that you can expand the possibilities of the stories you tell. We've spoken about everything from love, raising kids, being a creative in Africa, seeing a dream in Africa, coming back home to build Africa, helping Africa create and give to generation a data model that can allow for us to see the possibilities of Africa. It's also about using tools to tell our stories. It's also about dreaming big. It's about learning, curiosity, living retention. That's a lot to take away from this. Guys, this is a wrap for us, and looking forward to our next guest and our next episode. Once again, thanks for joining. Thank you.